What's up? We're reacting to the shift you didn't realize was happening.
This is Tyler, the Creator's recent music video for That Guy. It's rough, unpolished, chaotic, and somehow it just works. Unlike the sleek, choreographed music videos of the past, it doesn't try to dazzle with perfection. Instead, it feels raw, unfiltered, like it's letting you in on something real.
I don't know where he's going with this, but I feel like, at least in that, even with like Chief Keef, he had them raw, uncut, unfiltered videos. You have, even with Earl Sweatshirt on East, had all these little picture videos. So I don't know where he's gonna start being like, this is where we were, and then now it's happening now. Now all this unfilteredness is happening.
And this is Tangerine, a 2015 film by Sean Baker, the director of Anora, last year's Palme d'Or winner and the film everyone's still talking about. But let's focus on Tangerine, shot entirely on an iPhone 5S. It doesn't shy away from its rough edges. Instead, it leans into them. The raw handheld style drops you right into the chaotic lives of its characters, making you feel like you're right there on the streets of Los Angeles.
Was this in theaters?
But here's the thing. Tangerine's imperfections aren't random or careless. They feel deliberate, like the roughness is part of its heartbeat. By stripping away the gloss, Baker creates space for something more genuine to emerge. This isn't the first time cinema has grappled with these ideas. Movements like the French New Wave and Dog Me 95 rejected polished norms, but those were deliberate rebellions against industry standards. What we're seeing now feels different. It's quieter, less a rebellion and more a natural shift, shaped by what we as viewers want. So, what's going on here? Why do works so messy, so raw, feel so resonant?
Hold on, bro.
What's going on here? Why?
I'll let y'all know now. I am an old Tyler fan. Probably like end of 2012, beginning of 2013, and I would binge all his videos. Oh, I ain't even realize this. He's back at the same spot. I did not realize that. But I don't know. Because 2013, I was going into 6th grade. And I literally wanted to be Tyler, the Creator back then. Like, all my humor, all my mannerisms was Tyler, the Creator.
Do works so messy, so raw, feel so resonating today? Is it their rejection of perfection? Why does this kind of rawness speak to us now, in this moment? Maybe the answer lies in a broader cultural shift. Let's take a step back and think about the world we're surrounded by. Everywhere we look, it feels like we're surrounded by polished visuals. Cameras now capture resolutions so sharp you can practically count every pore. CGI seamlessly blends fantasy with reality. And let's be clear, this isn't about saying that striving for perfection is wrong or that these polished works lack value. Far from it. Some of the most breathtaking and moving experiences in cinema come from the pursuit of technical mastery. But when everything is this polished, doesn't it start to lose its impact?
I can see that, yeah.
Whoa, detail. Detail.
It's almost as if, in a world full of flawless visuals, perfection no longer feels exceptional. It starts to feel routine and even strangely forgettable. What seems to cut through that noise is something raw, something that feels alive. And it's not just in cinema or music videos, it's everywhere. More YouTube creators are skipping flashy edits, simply picking up a camera and talking unfiltered for 40 minutes, and it works, drawing millions of views as more people connect with authenticity over perfection. Podcasts, too, have grown so much in popularity, maybe because they offer something
Check out the Danny Brown show. That shit is hilarious. Hilarious.
Scripted and deeply personal, something that feels more natural compared to the more structured formats like late night shows. It's as if we're drawn to things that feel more real, more relatable. And this shift isn't just coming from creators or filmmakers, it's coming from us, the audience. We just want something real, something that feels like life, messy, imperfect, and honest. But hang on, haven't we seen something like this before? Let's take a quick trip back in time. During the Renaissance, painters got so good at realism it felt almost magical. Artists like Da Vinci and Caravaggio used perspective, light, and shadow to create pieces that went beyond just paintings. They felt like windows into reality, so finely crafted and technically brilliant that they were breathtaking. At the time, painters focused on mastering the techniques of realism. The goal was to perfect the realistic style, with success measured by how precisely they could recreate the look of the world. For centuries, this pursuit pushed art to become more detailed and lifelike. But even perfection has its limits. By the 19th century, it felt like art was hitting a ceiling. Where else could it go? Then came photography. The camera changed everything. Suddenly, a photograph could do what painters had spent centuries perfecting. It could capture reality faster and with unmatched precision. For painters, this must have felt like a huge crisis. If a photo could replicate life so perfectly, what was the point of painting anymore? It pushed painters to ask a new question. What can painting do that photography can't? That one question changed everything. Artists like Monet, Degas, and Van Gogh stopped focusing on how the world looked and started painting how it felt. A sunrise wasn't just light and color, it was the shimmer, the movement, the mood in the air. A busy street wasn't a perfect...
So, was artistic paintings not, I guess, not like this before the camera? Because what was the depiction of like Dante's Inferno? Of hell and all that, the 7 layers and all that. I don't know.
snapshot. It was a blur of energy and motion. These were things a photograph just couldn't capture. This wasn't about rejecting skill or craft. It was about rethinking what art could be. The Impressionists showed that art doesn't need to be perfectly refined and realistic to be powerful. Sometimes it's the imperfections.
Even with music. If y'all aren't tapped into what Earl Sweatshirt, Mike, Navy Blue are doing, let me catch my words. Minimalistic beats are very impactful to me. And then it also highlights their words way more than, some 808s and all this and that. But that's fine. But that's separate from what they're doing. Like Navy Blue, that is soul music. Like that is music for the soul. Genuinely.
The smudges, the rough edges, the fleeting emotions that stay with us the most. Now let's fast forward to today. Doesn't it feel like that right now we're at a similar turning point? Just like when painters mastered realism and then photography came along to do it faster and more precisely, technology is stepping in again.
Mm-hmm.
Today, AI is already capable of generating photorealistic images and seems to be edging closer to creating flawlessly composed shots. It makes you wonder, could there be a future where AI creates movies that are technically perfect, polished in every frame, and visually stunning? But here's the real question. What happens if machines ever get so good at this that their work looks better, at least technically, than anything we could make ourselves?
And I guess we get to the point that you're alluding to. We gotta think outside the box of what technically sound and perfect. But AI, I feel like AI will learn that too. So humans will always have to think outside the box way more than AI can.
If history tells us anything, it's that this isn't the end of creativity. It's the beginning of a new chapter.
Mm.
Filmmakers may soon face the same question painters did. What can we create that AI cannot? The answer, much like it was for the Impressionists, might lie in focusing on what machines can't do. AI might nail the look, but it'll struggle to match the heart. In that sense, AI could do for filmmakers what photography did for painters. It could liberate us.
And we can get to a collaborative effort. I know people who like to shit on AI being in any little thing. But as we seen with that, the lady doing firebending, like, we're not getting that with special effects. We're not getting that.
Us, shifting the focus away from chasing technical perfection and toward creating something deeply human. This shift from perfection to raw humanity isn't just some far-off idea. It's already happening. Look at Danny Boyle's upcoming 28 Years Later, reportedly being shot on phones. These choices aren't about saving money. They're about embracing tools that bring immediacy and authenticity over polish. Just as the Impressionists shifted from realism to emotion, modern films are on their way of moving beyond polished perfection. Because in the end, cinema's power doesn't come from making every frame perfect. It comes from making every frame feel alive.
The past, the future, and the present. Everything flows, and all is connected.
All right. Have a good one.